What is going on? What's going on, people? Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. The one and only, the J, the ASSIEM, Jasim from In the Trenches. Hey, listen, thank y'all for coming. There's a little technical difficulty. And of course, the great host that he is, Chris. He's in the process of getting that fixed. But hey, listen, today's topic is Lakewood and American protection. Lakewood and American protection. You know, if y'all don't know, that occurred a few days ago, y'all must be sleeping up under the rock because it's on every damn near every news outlet of what's going on and what took place regarding Lakewood Church here in Houston, Texas. That a woman with a child goes into the church and she pulls out a weapon and shoots up the church.
Test.
But at the same time, she ends up, they end up killing her. And there's a 5-year old boy that ended up getting shot that was with this woman. And so, with that being said, I'm kind of curious what you all think, but most importantly, Chris and I are going to have this main conversation about this topic because I think this is the narrative that every single time a damn election starts coming around the corner, it's always an event like this that happens that creates a debate of
Every
uh,
time. Can you hear me?
I'll admit for Second Amendment rights. It's
Right.
always up towards on this issue every time an election comes around. Chris, what you think about the whole Lakewood situation? Because I have a whole lot more to say.
I'm pretty sure you do. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. First off, I want to go. Of course, Chris Summers, street topics at communication issues, but it's all good. But just going off, piggybacking what you were saying, I feel like, especially now in today's societies, people are a lot more, I would just say, sensitive. And I'm glad that we actually have guns. And I'm gonna be completely honest with that, because this situation could have went a way worse. Because we already had school shootings, another church shooting, and during those moments, they didn't have no kind of guns at all, and multiple people got killed because of that. And because there was security with that was armed, honestly, the only person that, now I know they had one individual that's in critical condition, but the main person that got killed was the person that actually came in shooting. And
Mhm.
because of that, a lot of people were saved because it could have went way worse
Mhm.
than what we just saw.
I'm looking at it at different angles, right? So now my first angle that I'm looking at is this.
Mhm.
It was okay for someone, and I'm gonna be blunt and straightforward. This how I am in the trenches.
Go ahead, I go ahead.
Think about it. It was okay, and it wasn't blown up in the media when a white individual of the dominant culture would go into a black church and shoot and kill folks. But because it is a white pastor that is a white church, but regardless of the different races attend, now it's blown up. It's an issue, it's a problem. But when it was in the black community and when it was at a black church, the media showed it and cut it off. Now I guarantee you that they're going to continue to show this constantly over and over again. And now they're going to use this particular situation to attack the Second Amendment rights for gun rights. That's the other side of it.
Mhm.
But they wasn't attacking it when blacks were getting killed on the East Coast by white racist people.
They pretty much said like it was like, oh, this is a normal occasion. It's like this
Exactly.
happened all the time. And another thing too, I'm pretty sure you caught this as well. You didn't see too much, let's say, national, like it hit the news a little bit, but not as much as the other incidents that you're talking about. And then on top of that, it took forever for them to showcase the suspect.
Exactly.
We was always wondering, like, who is this?
Exactly. And that's how media, social media runs. And this is how they control the narrative to brainwash and to control people without people realizing, because nowadays majority of the people are dumb as hell because they don't realize when they're controlled by someone else. They want to
Ah,
believe
you're hurting
so
somebody's feeling
much
right now. You're
that
hurting
they
somebody.
are not in control. I guarantee you they are controlled. How many laws have people have broken, and why they ain't never broke them? Because they're in control. Because that's a law, right?
Right. Of
Okay.
course.
So when you're a child, even as an adult, if you respect your parents, especially in the black community, and you
Oh,
do
you
something
better,
wrong,
because we deliver ass whoopings.
exactly. But before you get that ass whooping, what happens? Your mother gives you what? That look, right?
Yep.
So when she gives you that look, what happens? You know to throttle back or stop doing what you're doing, right? So she's
Right.
still controlling you. Am I right? And when
Yeah.
you're an adult, you still don't have the control of what you think when you're around your parents,
Okay, so
right?
let me go ahead and add this in while you're going with this. Now, I've already heard some discussion of like, okay, this was a. I'm trying not to laugh, but it is. They say like this person had mental issues. I'm not gonna lie. The moment that I heard that, part of me, no, a good chunk of me got pissed off. I was like, hold the fuck up. Let it be one of us. You're not gonna hear no mental issues
Exactly.
when we do a shooting like that. They're gonna be like, this
Exactly.
person was a thug. He's a criminal record. He has all these different
They're gonna try to
charges.
find any negative point
Anything.
to
And
bring
it could be
out
something
to
years ago, and
discredit.
it's gonna be brought
Yeah.
up. And like these are like the little details that a lot of people miss. Because I was like, okay, so you brought up mental issues, but if it comes to us and we do something like that, oh, mental illness is not going to be discussed at all, at
No,
all. Now
no.
they did bring up, oh, she had a past, and the neighbor pretty much said I saw warning signs, but we don't get the mental illness aspect of it.
You know why? You know why, to be honest with you? And this is sad because now the pharmaceutical company has gotten to the point where they've made so much money off of poisoning people with synthetic medication that it is now crippling and hurting, excuse me, hurting individuals, because if it is such a mental illness and is that bad, then how come there's no law to individuals like that that's over the age of 21, that you cannot force them to take medication if they don't want to take medication? Why isn't there a law? Oh no, let's not have a law. Simply, you know why? Because guess what? Pharmaceutical company, what they can they do? Let's give them some more medicine and let's charge the insurance company, and then the insurance company get their money
Oh,
through.
there's definitely going to be a lot of money made through stuff like this. I mean, do it all the time, and
Exactly.
it's and I'm gonna bring this accountability is a huge thing that they constantly ignore into this. I love how like every time a person does an action like that, oh, mental illness, oh, they didn't take a prescription. Oh, so we're okay. I get that. I'm glad we're doing more studies when it comes to health and awareness and much more. But let's be honest, people at time know what the hell they're doing, and now a lot of people are using those prescription as a crutch. Now, I said that I can already feel right now people will be like, "You don't understand. I've been doing this prescription, or my baby did." Like, no, 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 no. I guarantee you, they have enough awareness to know what that drug can do and the side effects, but they use it as a crutch a lot of times, including
I
your
agree.
kids. I said, yeah, I said it too, including your kids, to make you feel bad, to make you feel like, oh, yeah, this my
I
child is
agree.
a victim,
I
and
agree.
because we don't hold that child accountable for their actions, they get more into the adult stage, and they don't expect to pretty much get knocked in the face.
I
So
agree.
it's like, oh, it's an excuse. Oh, I robbed the bank because of my ADHD. I got nervous because of this and life happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. And the reason why I totally agree with that, to add to what you're saying, really, if you think about it, pharmaceutical, I blame them because because the pharmaceutical company controls the psychiatrist. Because and the reason why I say that, if those that's listening and watching, if you smart or think you smart or want to be smart, look up who is sponsoring and paying and covering the expenses and the cost of all conferences and events and seminars that's provided to psychiatrists, the pharmaceutical company. Why is that? So they can push their medicine and medication on the individual, and then the individual is placed on the medicine. But not only that, now you have psychiatrists are just labeling people, diagnosing people just to diagnose them and to label them. And I give you an example. People want to say they got PTSD,
Oh, that's come real quick. Keep going.
okay? Because somebody at your job don't like you, because someone at your job is not giving you what you think you should deserve, or somebody at your job is preventing you from getting to where you're trying to get to, for whatever reason that is, and it's stressing you out. Now, psychiatrist saying you got PTSD. So now it's just something you just throw out. The same concept as somebody having a service dog who really has an impairment versus somebody who just got an emotional issue that they probably just can't find or not get enough love and hugs from their teddy bear
Because they
or
don't want to.
woe
They
is
don't want to
me.
face it. They don't want
They
to
want to face
face.
reality, but all it's saying is it's easy for people to not accept accountability and place the blame of their accountability that they don't want to accept on somebody else or on something else. It is nothing more but an excuse. And
Oh,
if it's not, I would challenge anybody to prove it to me. And if
hey,
it's not on your show, they can come on my show and try to prove it.
oh,
Because
you know they ain't gonna want to come on your show because when Baker and everybody else in the crew go on, they're gonna tear them shreds.
because if you think about it, as I've always stated, it's really more of a spiritual issue. And a lot of people want to see everything in the world and think it's not spiritual. But how is that not spiritual when you have a spirit inside of you? When you're talking about something is telling you to do right, something is telling you to do wrong. How is that? And I give you an example, okay? When people don't have that spirit in them, that right spirit in them,
All hell
then
about to break loose. All hell.
then this is where when bad things happens as such, they always want to blame who? I ask you a question. Who they want to blame all the time?
Somebody else, not me.
But the first blame goes to who? God, right?
Oh,
God let this happen. God let that happen. Because one, your ass ain't accepting accountability. So because you can't accept accountability, you're trying to pass the blame on to somebody else, like a little ass kid that needs his ass whooped. And I give you an example. Romans 1:28 through 32. It states in American Standard Bible, and just as they did not see fit to acknowledge God any longer, God gave them over to a depraved mind. What is that? So since you don't want to listen and you don't want to do right and you ignoring me and you making everything else more important than me, guess what? I'm gonna let you be. And then it goes to do those things which are not proper, being filled with all unrighteousness, wickedness, greed. Okay, how many people?
shoot, a
Evil,
lot of people over here greedy.
full of
Oh,
envy, murder,
yep,
strife,
yep.
deceit, malice, gossip, slander, and haters of God that said, I hate God,
Everywhere.
arrogant,
If
boastful, inventors of evil that's always trying to create evil things, dishonored, disobedient to your parents, without understanding, untrustworthy. How many people out there? Unloving, unmerciful, and although they know the ordinance of God, that those who practice such things are worthy of death. They are not only do the same, but also give hearty approval to those who practice them. So you practicing evil things every single day, and you trying to blame God for what goes on.
But
Now
it's
the
human
other,
nature. Like, this is too much. I don't want to bear the weight. My
now
parents, look, let me go ahead. My parents told me that I'm the perfect angel. I can't do
your
no
ass ain't
wrong.
perfect, and you just kill somebody, and then you got a lying ass parent talking about it was a perfect
That's my
kid.
baby.
You know good and well your child was nowhere damn near perfect. You know damn well your child, a little Ray Ray or whomever, whatever crazy name you name your child, you know damn
Not the
well his
crazy
ass
name.
has been in
Not,
the trouble
not,
ever since he
not
was
the
knee high
crazy.
to a tadpole. You know that. You
But,
know
but my
that
baby
little
can't do
badass
no
bastard was
wrong.
gonna get in some kind of trouble, and you know you ain't putting no ass whooping on him. You
Oh,
know damn
oh
well you
no,
ain't fussed at him.
but no,
You
no, no.
know you
This is
ain't taken corrective
2024.
measures,
We do not whoop kids. We gotta be
and
perfect.
that's why kids
We got
nowadays are
we.
bad as hell. That's why kids are disrespectful. That's why kids think
But
people
but
owe
look,
them
but
something.
look, look,
That's why
the
kids don't want to
reason
get their
why
ass
my
in
but
work.
I need you to understand the reason my
That's why
kids are
kids don't
disrespectful.
want to leave home. That's why kids sit their ass at a damn video game and want to play all day, but want you to spend your money all on them. And then when it's time when your ass die and put, and if it's a man, and you ain't doing your job as a husband, as soon as your dick is in the dirt, what's gonna end up happening is that sorry ass child is not gonna make it, and that has been a wasted nut that you released on
Not a
on
nut.
society.
Not a nut. They ain't gonna ready for that. How dare you call my child a nut? You know what? It's people like you that are what's wrong with America
No,
because
it's people like them that's wrong with America. That's why the military has the lowest it has ever been in recruitment because sorry ass parents raising sorry ass kids. And I know it because when I was active duty, that's all that was coming in. Kids did not know how to wash their own damn clothes. Kids didn't know how to
are
separate
you
their
serious? Wait,
kids
pause.
not knowing how to pay their bills. Kids that's living outside their means. All these kids that's coming into the military, that's making the military weak, is sorry ass parents raising sorry ass kids, and now you got a sorry ass society in the United States. And then as soon as any country comes and attacks the United States, we're fucked because you got sorry ass kids that's gonna sit on their ass and think somebody gonna protect them. I guarantee you, one thing's gonna happen. Your sorry ass and your sorry kids and family is not gonna be protected because guess what? If that's the way you raise them, that's the way they're gonna be. And so that is on you and no one else. And regarding the situation at Lakewood, how can we had an episode, man? We had an episode about pastors who making all this damn money.
Uh-oh.
Where is it in the Bible that says pastors are supposed to be paid? Where? Why was Jesus in the temple raising hell?
Uh-oh. When you going biblical on them now, you may that maybe a little too much for them. Oh, sign up for you know even more death. Hashtag sorry ass.
Why? Think about it. Every pastor should be having a job. Their job is not taking money from the congregation to pay his bills.
Hold on.
He's supposed to get a job.
Let me go. But I have been put here for a purpose to serve my people, so I must contribute a good amount of my time.
Okay, so let's go there.
Yeah, we going there.
Okay. Who was the greatest high priest that walked this earth? Jesus, right? Did Jesus get paid?
No.
So if he's our example, right?
Okay.
So if he's our example, then why aren't the pastors following that example?
Let me
Because he
give you
said, "Man
let,
don't work, man
let me
don't
give you
eat."
a modern day response to that. You'll understand. Jesus didn't have bills like I do right now. Look, I got this. I got rent. I got this light bill. Didn't have electricity back then.
They
I,
still
I
had to
Ray,
pay, they still had to pay taxes back then.
but look, Ray, Mimi, and
Well, nobody
Tabaka have.
nobody didn't tell you to cock your legs open. Nobody didn't tell you to hit that that ass
He
all
went
those
there.
many times
He
while
went there.
wrapping it
He
up.
went there.
So nobody didn't tell you to do it. Nobody didn't tell you to do it. And it goes back to that's a choice. You chose to do it. Nobody didn't make it unless you were raped, which I understand. That's a different story. And I
Oh
get
man,
that.
we pissed off
Sexual
some.
assault,
You about to
I
piss
get
off
that.
some others now. You have to
I
piss.
get that.
Let me
But if it's not those two things, that was a choice. You decide you want to do it. You can say yes or you can say no.
let me find this clip because you just pissed off all the mothers. How dare you? But yeah, that was a choice.
I welcome them to come on my podcast and we can talk straight up.
They ain't gonna be ready like we doing out here. I just love this clip a little bit by Joel Osteen.
Well, first off, thank Chief and the mayor and Chief Pinion, all of these men and women did an amazing job. And it's just you said it, Chief. It could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church. But we don't understand why these things happen. But we know God's in
That's a
control.
lie.
And we're gonna pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased, her family.
I'd be worried about somebody like him say they gonna pray.
I don't know. It's just kind of in a fog, but just believe that we're going to stay strong. We're going to continue to move forward. And there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God, are stronger than that. Yes. So we're going to keep going strong and just doing what God's called us to do: lift people up and give hope to the world. Again, I want to thank all these gentlemen because I can only imagine if it would have happened during the 11 o'clock service. We were in between services going into the Spanish service. So, if there's anything good of it, you know what? She didn't get in there and do a whole lot worse damage. So we thank God for that. He's watching over all of us. And as the chief says, we're going to keep going strong and bringing hope to the world. But thank you again, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pastor.
All righty. What do you think after this? After the post interview.
First of all, I wouldn't even have him to pray for my dog.
Damn. Not dog. No Scooby. We ain't praying for Scooby.
I wouldn't have him because I've sat back long enough to watch. And Joe Osteen is no more than a motivational speaker. That's all he really is. He just motivates. And he tells people what they want to hear. He's not telling people what they need to hear, what they doing wrong, what they screwing up, and then tell them how to fix their
it's 2024. You got to be sensitive to people's
feelings.
feelings.
And the people that say that they sensitive about that, guess what? That shows your ignorance. And the reason why it's showing you ignorance, that means that you prefer doing the same shit over and over again. That's wrong, and you expecting a different result. That's called insanity. I mean, what's your take? I know I'm talking, and if I'm pissing people off, I don't really give a damn rat's ass.
Honestly, like on this show, I can speak raw too. I don't really give two shits either because, like we in a sugar-coated society, people like to be things handed and all types of sugar just sprinkled all over. They don't want to hear the raw truth because it hurts your feelings. Mm-hmm. I don't feel good about hearing that. I want to go back to the days where everybody told me that everything was good and I didn't have to take responsibility.
And you know what? Because it don't feel good, That's no more than guilt because you know what's being said is right, but you want to continue to do wrong. And what you're doing wrong, you want to make it look like it's right, and you want to make right look like it's wrong. Isn't that part of what the devil and Satan does?
Mhm.
And he's always doing and still doing. Only difference is he's doing it in people, and you don't even realize that's what he's doing towards you. So you're being used and abused by Satan while he's confusing you at the same time.
All right, so let me throw a twist in there. So let me go ahead and flip on it because we got to hit this aspect of the topic as well. But see, this is why we shouldn't have guns in the church house. All guns need to be removed. I don't even know why we allow guns to be sold in this country today because we need to look in the past shootings at these schools and much more. I can't tell.
You know
Everybody
what?
has access to
The quick
guns.
answer to that. You know the quick answer to that. Why in the hell right now? Majority of the countries will not directly attack the United States. Why? Why is it easy for the United States to attack other countries, but it's difficult for people to want to do it directly here? You know why? Because we have more citizens with guns than we do that don't. And they know with law enforcement, military, that includes National Guard reservists and prior veterans, and them hit boys up in the countries in the mountains.
Not the hit boys in the countryside.
You
Oh
know,
man.
they know good and well that's more than what they realize, and they know the ass is grass, and we all gonna be fucking lawnmowers. We're gonna cut their ass up. They know that. They know it. Not having, and then you want us to be dependent on the government, and I'm gonna put it this way: dependent on the government that has a Democrat and a Republican Party, when both have blood on their hands, both use and abuse black people to get what they want, but never give us what we need. So how can you trust a system and the history of this country, and they won't let you protect yourself?
So hold on, let me respond to that. I'm playing my role as a character so much more. Like, see, this is why a lot. This is what they say in the head. This is what they say in the head. The dominance. See, this is why a lot of y'all get shot. Y'all acting all aggressive. There's no need for this is why a lot of y'all are in the situation that y'all are today. This is what they're saying in the head. We have given you plenty of opportunity, and you continue to disrespect yourself constantly. We try to give you opportunities, and it's not our fault that you react like this. We give everybody equal playing field. We have laws in place.
If they give equal playing field, hell, my dog just bought a goddamn a boat and a plane, and I know that shit ain't true. There's never been an equal playing field in the United States for
Say
minorities.
what?
There's
What?
never been an equal playing field in the United States. Never. And it never will be. You
But
know
hold on,
why?
wait. We showed the suspect on TV. See, what are you talking about? Y'all on this rampage, just
Okay,
saying,
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way.
my acting.
If they do the research and find out there was a black doll study and how the dominant culture uses media, TV, and all that to make it appear that white is better, right? So then, if that's the case, how what they say and what they think is completely different. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not being racist, I'm just being factual on the data. Now, at the same time, when you watch a movie or a show, what has always demonstrated? the enemy was always shown wearing what color? Black. And the hero was always shown to be white. That is a psychological programming.
Definitely glad you brought that into it because it's portrayed on a lot of different things, and not only that, like the music and other spaces as well. So it is crazy. The
Then you
amount.
got people in the music business that's coming out and saying how the dominant culture, the gatekeepers, are getting these rappers to change their lyrics to make it more negative, to make the community negative, to make more money, but still tear us down. And then you're also you demasculating black men at the same time, making them wear dress,
Oh
or
man.
converting them
Oh
into
man.
a target from the ass, where it's supposed to be exit only, not enter. You know,
I don't think I was ready for that one. My
so
kids are watching.
my thing is, and then if you're smart and you read, then you become a better person. You see things and you see truth. You don't see lies all the time, and you don't believe all the lies and wondering why things are happening because now you see truth.
Okay, so let me spin it like this. All right, so let's just say that this same incident happened at a black church, and
Man, that should be about a 15-minute show. Cut that off, and you'll never hear about it again because they've done it over and over again. It's a pattern. Everything has a pattern. You just need to know.
so you're telling me that okay,
Pattern.
let's say if a black church has security just like that, that happened, someone rolled up and the security did their job, it wouldn't have been like 5 minutes, whatever. And
Man, it'd be a 15-minute show. Then, if it was a cop on duty, depends upon the color of the cop. If he's a black, they're gonna pat him on the back, but they're gonna investigate his ass a lot longer and more than they will if it was a white cop. Because he was at a black cop at a black church. It is what
so,
it is.
so let me ask you this, and I know I'm going to rush some feathers on this. Should guns be allowed in the church house? Yes or no? And then I get my response too.
I say hell yes. First reason, blacks or African American, however somebody want to identify themselves, are always been the target since we've arrived here. And it proves, as I stated earlier, about how whites go into these black churches and shoot up people, and you don't know when or where it's going to happen. Okay. So I say yes, there needs to be someone or several people in there that's ready to rock and roll, that's not going to be a coward or be chicken shit. You make sure whoever the shooter is, if it's a man, you make sure his dick is in the dirt. If it's a woman, you make sure her tits in the dirt.
That's equal treatment for you. You cause a threat, your ass going
Because
down.
guess what? Equal opportunity.
And
That's
I'll go
it.
ahead and give my response. Yes, I definitely agree to that because even with the shooting right here, like if there was not armed guards in the area or any kind of security, this would have got a lot worse. A lot more people would have got hurt and killed, and this probably would have went more national because a lot more people's lives were lost like that.
Yeah,
So
because now you got evil attacking the church, right?
a sacred space that
It's
should
a,
be
and it's supposed to be
peace,
sacred.
sacred.
But some churches are not sacred because some churches are about the green, about the money, about making sure the pastor's driving a new vehicle or Cadillac, wearing jewelry, or paying for a an airplane that he wants to purchase, or his $1 million house with $1 million salary.
Yeah,
Because if you really
break me out
believe that,
$4. Break me
and,
out some change.
and it's not because what have they really done in the community that's not in the church? Churches are supposed to be outside in the community, in the trenches, getting your hands dirty, not in your little safe space and want people
from
on
a
the
distance.
outside to come in.
Yeah, from a distance. So as we kind of wrap this up more, I want to hit on like, what do you think needs to be changed or even be aware of after this situation?
Simple. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the littlest little things somebody says and does.
Ooh,
and make sure you understand how to read people, because everybody say they can read people, they study people, but most of the time people can't read. They can't even read their own Bible and understand. So how can you read somebody? Learn how to read body language. Learn to be able to.
I want to put emphasis on
connect.
that too. Like, pay more attention to people's actions and body language is the biggest thing. And
Exactly.
I think a lot of people are ignorant to that.
Exactly.
That's my baby.
Exactly. Pay attention to that. Because when you really do, and stop making it about you.
Oh, went there now.
When you start making it about you and make it about somebody else, you start becoming the person that you claim you want to be in Christ or in God. Now you have that spirit in you to be able that will discern and say, hey, something is wrong with that individual. Let's just talk and kind of fill out and get some more information from them without them realizing if they need some help or they just need somebody to talk to, what's going on in the head. People don't do that because people are so, what we talked about before, people are so damn selfish. And that is the reason why there's so much chaos right now and why this situation took place. Because I'm sure she might have said something, indicated something, and people just brushed off because they were being selfish and only thinking about themselves.
And there is it. So,
and how do you have a pastor that do not meet and shake hands with their congregation to know who and what they are or what they might need? Now you're looking at money and not the people that you're supposed to be ministering to. You're not connecting to the people. The people are really not connecting to you.
That is true. Now, I will say, like I've seen, because I've been to the church a few times, them shake hands with some of the congregation, some of his works. But do you think that's just not enough, or just for show? Just being a church. Well, I'm thinking about this your podcast. This is raw. Street talk.
It's a show. It's a show. Because they got to keep getting their money in. He already announced that he was happy that he paid off his mortgage on the church. So if he paid off that mortgage on the church, the amount of money that he requested or asked for, imagine how much money coming in. Of course, I'm a smile and keep getting that money. So now, guess what? I don't have no mortgage note. And guess what? In the state of Texas, you're a church, which considers a nonprofit. Guess what?
No taxes.
You pay no property tax. So where's the money going? Are you going into the inner city and setting up camp, talking and ministering to people? Or are you just staying inside your building and want everybody to come to you that can pay you to live the lavish lifestyle? That's what I say. That's when you know, as it said in the scripture, about your fruit. Every dog has their day.
Oh, you over here, you got your bones today. You over here raw with it. And if you haven't known, this is again Street Topics, so raw as how it is on this show. So I already know some people got offended. Thank you. This is what the show is all about. We want to give straight to the streets the topics that y'all want to discuss in the barber shops, in the salons, and all that and much more, which is how we bring it. So, is there any last um, comments that you want to leave before we wrap this up? Because I know you're gonna have them researching and looking at YouTube and Googling after everything you say. You rattle some people right now. They ain't upset. You even upset the mothers. You said nobody told you to open your legs. That was a choice that you had. Ray,
Yeah,
TT, and they and
it
all
wasn't done by
that.
gunpoint. It wasn't done by a knife.
Oh
You
Lord.
know. But anything I would say would be simple: study the word, pay attention to the body language, and read Proverbs when it speaks about being around wise counsel. And those that's not willing to be around wise counsel, it even says in the scripture, it calls everybody a folly. And you know what a folly is? It's another word of saying you're a fool. So if God's saying you're a fool in his word,
You a fool.
you're a fool. That's all I got to say.
Thank
See?
you again. Thank you again for being on the show. This is Street Topics. This is your host, Chris Holmes. See how we work through it, even through the technical
Jay, I
difficulties.
still.
Hey, yes, yeah, he is bringing it raw to the trenches. Make sure you check out his podcast as well, because he be hitting it in the trenches with all his guests. I hopped on there a couple of times. So if you got offended on this show, oh, your ass ain't gonna be ready for his.
That's because they still sucking on their mama titty. That's all. They don't want the real deal.
All right, make sure you like, subscribe, leave comments, and much more, because that's how we like it. Leaving raw in the trenches. That's what it all about, and much more. So make sure that you be aware of your surroundings. It's crazy out here in the streets. It's the
That's
episode of
right.
Street Topics. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.